It's Saturday night. It's about 2 weeks I've lived here in Mexico City. And I would say it has been 80% to 85% great, good, great, whatever. But today, I felt lonely. I felt a deep expat loneliness that one can only really feel when one is a relatively long way away from most people that you know. I don't remember feeling this in Korea. I don't remember feeling that intense level of expat loneliness that I felt tonight, or today rather, in Korea. But maybe I did, and I just forgot it because we always, nostalgia is just like memory without the details. I really do love this place, this city, and I am always struck by the friendliness of the people that I meet. And my cynicism is like, oh, they just want me to come back to their restaurant, or they want me to come back to their bar, or whatever it is. But everybody in America, or in the United States rather, God, I keep doing that. Everybody in the United States, all bars in the United States, they want you to come back. The restaurants, they want you to come back. In Mexico, though, they really make you feel like you want to come back. And I don't think it's insincere. Maybe it is. I don't know. But it's a real friendliness that I really can't get enough of. And if, I live here now. So when I tell people, I meet people at the bar and they're expats, and then I tell them I live here now, and they're like, whoa. And I wonder if part of the niceness is because they think I'm a tourist, right? This is my cynicism talking, right? But yesterday, I needed a new spatula. And I went to the market near me, this big market. I think it's Medellín market. I forget the name of it. I think it's Medellín. And I had lunch at a place. I was starving, had lunch at a place in the middle of the market. Very nice woman works there and was basically like, you should have this and this and this. And I was like, all right, I trust you. And she was right. There was some taco that had a pepper. I mean, it was legit. But while I'm eating, she comes over and checks on me. I don't speak Spanish very well at all. And I told her that, and she knows that, but she's still speaking in Spanish to me just because she's doing it. I appreciated that. And I understood some of it. But at one point I was like, I needed a spatula because there's no spatula in the house for some reason. I have eggs, I have tortillas, and how do I turn these things over without a spatula? So I asked her, how do I get a spatula? I said, is there a spatula salesman in this market? And she's like, see, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what else she said. And so I finished eating, and I paid my bill, and I started walking away, and the woman comes up and she's like, I don't know what she said. Hello, hola, hola, or whatever. Again, I really need to learn Spanish. But she said whatever it was. And I turned around and she's like, come. And so she takes me all the way across the market, a 5-minute walk, maybe 10, to show me where the spatula sales are happening. I don't know, man. I don't know. You tell me. And then I bought a spatula it was for like a barbecue grill. It was not a spatula for inside. It was a spatula for outside. And I bought it anyway because I felt obligated because I'd been walked all the way. She was gone, but whatever. I felt obligated. So now I have the spatula that I have to literally stand like 1.5 feet from the stove to flip over. But the memories that it brings up are really what's important, I think. It's not so much the difficulty in using the spatula. It's the memories that the spatula brings up in you that are important. And this spatula brings up solid memories of kindness, of Mexican kindness. Yeah. I went to a yoga class this morning, my second yoga class here in Mexico City, and the first class was taught half in English, which was, it was good. It was a good, gentle sliding into the yoga world here. But this one was not. And I knew it wouldn't be. And that was okay. Anyway, this class was entirely in Spanish. And it was interesting because you have, like, I've done a lot of yoga, so you know basically what's going to happen, you know? But there's some differences. Those of you who know me and yoga know that I am not a fan of the bolster. I find the bolsters to be disgusting. I know they don't wash those covers very often at all. And I know people are laying their sweaty bodies all over those things. And I resist that. I do. I resist it. And if anybody disagrees with this, you're wrong. It's gross. I've talked to somebody who works at a yoga studio and says that the covers don't get washed very often of those bolsters. So I'm right. I'm right. People do weird things with bolsters. There's all sorts of weird moves. Straddling bolsters. Like, what are we getting into here? And if that's not being cleaned, like, I'm not a germaphobe, but that's gross. That's gross. I'm sure there's, bacterial scientists out there who would be like, well, this isn't even the worst. You shouldn't just, look at the handle of this thing you just touched. But I don't care. I don't want to know your school learning stuff. I just want to know what I feel. And what I feel is that a bolster is disgusting. If you're going to have a thing like a bolster in any kind of a thing, like yoga, even basketball, baseball, whatever, a bolster adjacent thing, you need to clean that cover like all the time for me to be okay with that. But again, call me a prude. I haven't washed the sheets that I've gotten here. I've been here 2 weeks. I haven't washed them once. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I will. When I was in Columbus, did it every week. Clockwork. It was like every weekend, changing the sheets. Now I'm just like, I don't fucking care. I don't care. They're not that dirty. Then you read some article on the internet that's like, how often should you really wash your sheets? And it's almost always like once a week. I think this is part of the reason I moved to Mexico City, is because I wanted to be out of the realm of articles that are like, how often should you wash your sheets? I almost clicked on an article was it yesterday? In the New York Times, it was like the Wirecutter's picks for best products of the year. And I'm just like, almost clicked on it instinctually because I like the Wirecutter. I trust it. But I didn't, because I'm like, what am I doing? You just got rid of so much stuff. And you're like, oh, but what's the best new stuff that I could have? I did buy a new shower head today because the shower head here in this apartment is untenable. And it's like $20. So you know what? I'll leave it here. I'm like Johnny Appleseed of shower heads. Everywhere I go, I upgrade shower heads. I've upgraded many girlfriends' shower heads. And I've upgraded several apartment and house shower heads, just left them. Who's going to bring a shower head with them? They're not expensive. A shower head is an upgrade in your life that most people don't realize is a solid, solid upgrade. I remember I was dating this one woman, and the first time I took a shower at her house, I was like thinking, like, what on earth? This is not even a shower head. I don't even know how to describe it. It was not a spray even. It was just like a strangely shaped jet of water at my person. So I got her a new shower head. And women I don't think care about shower heads or maybe it's just me that cares about shower heads, but another girlfriend got her a new shower head, changed her life, got her daughters a new shower head, changed their life. One that could be used to clean their dog. Look at me. So anyway, I bought a new shower head for this place. The only issue that I'm going to have is I don't have a wrench. So I don't know how I'm going to install that. So I might have to buy a wrench too. But whatever, it's worth it. Like a bidet, a shower head is an upgrade that most people don't realize they want it or need it until they have it. And then they're like, how did I ever live without this? All right, I think that's all for now. It is all for now. It's Sunday night, and it's been a bit of a tricky weekend. It's been like the weekend of inevitable feelings of isolation and loneliness. And
honestly like shock in a way of like, what am I doing? Or what have I done? Which is inevitable, you know. It's part of the path, right? It's part of getting out of that comfort zone. It's the discomfort, you know. But I have only been here 2 weeks, and I do have people here, you know. So it's not as if I'm completely on my own out here, as I was in Korea. And I don't know, looking back, I'm like, how did I do that? How did I have the tenacity at 29 years old to go to Korea by myself, not knowing a single person there, to teach English for 2 years? But I did, and I made a lot of friends there. And by the time I left, I had a really good social life. So there it is. Interestingly, the internet does not like me spelling my name with one F here in Mexico. I think perhaps because JEF means boss. Well, JEFE means boss. El Jefe. That's the only reason I can think of that it would do it. Because on Amazon, I've noticed it on several websites, like it's adding an F to my name, and I've changed nothing. It's kind of puzzling, to be honest. This has never happened before in my entire life. It's like Mexico doesn't like me spelling my name with one F. Maybe it's confusing their systems or something, but it comes and goes too. Like sometimes I'll go onto Amazon or whatever site, it'll be like 2F Jeff, and sometimes it'll be 1F. So anyway, an interesting little, I don't know, thing that I noticed. And another thing, you know, people talk about, I think, the dogs in Mexico City, los perros. And it really is a thing. There are lots of dogs in Mexico City. And I like dogs. But in my building, in which there are, I think, 5 apartments, I think, maybe 6, 2 of them, I believe, have dogs. And sometimes they're great, but sometimes they bark a lot. They bark a lot. And, you know, it's pretty sturdy, thick-walled apartment building. So it's not terrible. But sometimes it is. And it's really annoying. But yeah, there's a lot of dogs here. There's a park where there's just like a whole dog park there, a huge dog park, and you can go there and watch the dogs play for hours. Super fun. That's a magical park. It's the park in Condesa, the park in Condesa with the Art Deco and the meditation areas. Anyway, great park. I'll wrap up with this. The way my hot water works, and I think a lot of people's hot water works in Mexico, is puzzling. There's water heaters, of course, but they're different than the ones in the U.S., and I'm not entirely sure how or why they're different. But when I stayed at Patricia's, hers was definitely strange. You could like hear it making a noise when it was on, but it was always kind of haphazard as to whether you would necessarily get very hot water in her shower. Here, I'll get hot water in the shower. The knobs are reversed. In fact, every one of my faucets, it's kind of a crapshoot. I should put letters because some, like I think the kitchen one has the wrong side is hot and whatever. Anyway, the hot water for some reason comes from this courtyard that's like, you know, it's more like a shaft, right? It's in the area like my bathroom overlooks it, and it goes all the way down to the bottom of the apartment building. But when I turn my hot water off, it makes this giant slamming sound like 2 or 3 stories down in this little chasm or whatever. And it's loud. Like at first I didn't know what it was, but then I think the owner of this place came and told me, or his son said that that's the hot water. And I don't know if that's how it's supposed to sound, but the other night I went in to wash my face before I went to bed, and I turned the hot water on to wash my face, and it was, I don't know, 11:30 or 12. And, you know, I turned it off, and there was the giant banging sound. And then I heard somebody stirring in one of the apartments below me. And I thought, oh, did I just wake this person up because I turned off the hot water? That's weird, right? And when I moved into this place, the hot water tap in the bathroom sink was turned off, and I'm wondering if it was because it was disturbing the people below. I don't know, but they turned it back on. And then I started thinking, does this person below me hate me because I'm always using the hot water and it's making the slamming sound? I don't think anybody else's hot water makes a slamming sound like this. I don't know. I don't know what the story is there. Very strange. One more thing, actually. I still have yet to take my garbage out. The landlord took it out once, I think, because I couldn't possibly. But yeah, I've got like a bag of garbage I've got to take out. And the way the garbage works, as I think I said, is you hear this dinging bell, and then you go out and take your garbage out and give them money. But like, I've heard this dinging bell so many times, and then I look out the window, which looks out to the street, and I don't see any garbage truck anywhere. And I don't want to go out with a bag of garbage just wandering around like an idiot looking for a garbage truck. Like, it's confusing. And I think it was Saturday. All day I heard bells. And I'm like, where is the garbage truck? So I never threw it away yesterday. Today, though, I heard it again. And then I look out, and there is the garbage truck, like flying by, like not even slowing down. Like, how is a person supposed to get out there fast enough to, like, I don't know. I'm sure there's a system to this. I don't quite understand it yet, but it's weird. And once I get the hang of it, I'm sure I'll love it because, you know, there's no garbage cans in the streets, and that's great. But right now, I got to get this garbage out, and like, I'm in my placeless inn for ringing bells all the time and looking around like a paranoid schizophrenic. Like, oh, there's the bells, the bells. Yeah. Like, chalk that up under like one of the things I did not expect to be different or difficult when I came to Mexico City. But, you know, you never know. Also, food goes bad much quicker because there's not as many preservatives in it. Sleep tight, Americans. Sleep tight, United States. Have a good time. Enjoy your mega processed foods. Seriously, though, bananas go, like, there's nothing in bananas, but the bananas here even go right faster. So maybe because it's closer, I don't know what they do. Maybe they do something to American bananas or United States bananas, which is a whole other thing. What do I call myself? American? Okay, I gotta go to bed. Or no, what I need to do is I need to prepare to go to bed. It's interesting when you move to another country, the people who you least expect to hear from, like you least expect to get a phone call or FaceTime from, are the people that you end up like, and it's not a bad thing. It's actually kind of wonderful because it's like, oh, I'm so glad that this person, I did not have any expectation. Like some people you expect, right? And then oftentimes, not oftentimes, but sometimes they will let you down in that way. Like the people that you most expect to keep in touch with are the ones that often don't, but then the ones that you don't expect to even hear from again are the ones that you... And that's beautiful, really, in a way. There's something lovely about it. There's also something to be said for, like, you never know who really cares about you. I went to Walmart today. Walmart Express is what they call these smaller Walmarts that they have here in Mexico City. I hate Walmart. I hate the concept of it. I hate everything about it. Everybody does, right? Of course. Yeah. The last time I was in a Walmart was in the United States of America, and this was Christmas circa, I don't know, 2002, 2003. And it was a last minute, Walmart was open till midnight or 24 hours, so it was like a last minute gift, like Scramble. And it was like Calcutta in there. No offense to Calcutta, of course. I've never been, but I've heard and I've seen the videos. It seems very, crowded and frantic. That's my comparison there. That's all. It was like Calcutta in that Walmart. But Calcutta with rural white people, and me. Anyway, Walmart in Mexico City, it's somewhat similar. It's mostly Americans because Americans are like, oh, I recognize the name of Walmart. It's like people who go to Applebee's in Times Square, right? It's the same phenomenon, I think. Anyway, Walmart, and it's overpriced. There was a tub of Fage yogurt, plain Fage yogurt, the larger tub. I think it was 2% or 5%, whatever. It was like $15. So I didn't buy that. Chobani was like a third of the price. But
we can all be honest about Greek yogurt quality and say Chobani fucking sucks. There's a reason it's cheap. It's a low-end Greek yogurt. Not trying to get sponsorship from you, Chobani, trying to get Faye money. Faye, I'm here for you if you need me to help you promote your product. I'm a big fan. Not a big fan, but a fan enough to, My mom also, she loves your blueberry yogurt. She loves the side-by-side thing. Big fan. So there's 2 family members who enjoy your yogurt, and one has a podcast. So you tell me what we should do next, Faye. Or is it Fage? Or is it Faggy? Oof. I think it's Faye. It's gotta be. I think it says in the container, doesn't it? It's pronounced Faye. Because I bet they had like a PR problem. People were like, give me some of that faggy yogurt. And they're like, we should put a little, somebody in marketing is like, what if we put a little bitty note that says how to pronounce the name of the yogurt? Because it is a confusing word, sir. CEO, whatever. Anyway, Walmart, I did buy yogurt, Chobani, the cheap shit. What else did I get? Oh, fabric softener, but I don't know if I'm going to use that. I don't know if I'll use that. I don't really understand liquid fabric softener, to be honest. I don't get it. I've never used it in my life, but I feel like the circumstance that I'm in with no dryers, I think this is what it's for, isn't it? I guess we'll find out, because I got a big bottle of fabric softener now, a liquid fabric softener, and I cannot wait to put it in the compartment on the washing machine on the roof of my apartment building. And yes, I'll be honest, I did feel somewhat dirty and disgusting shopping at Walmart in Mexico City. There's a lot of Walmarts in Mexico City, is the thing. But in this Walmart, it was not a big Walmart. It was a Walmart Express. It was smaller. And there were definitely, it was half Americans or, no, I'll say Americans. Should we get the feta cheese? Should we get the feta? Did you get the feta cheese? Oh, there's not a lot of salads here. Look at all the tortillas. Oh, my God. Do you want to get some salsa? Let's get some salsa. Oh, my God. The yogurt's $15? Oh, my God. Oh, they sell tequila here. Look, honey, let's get some tequila. Okay. That's all. But I was there. I was amidst it. I just didn't speak. I just remained silent throughout the experience until the very end when I said, gracias for the guy to bag my groceries or whatever. It's difficult moving to a country that you don't really speak the language in. And I am going to, I have to find a language teacher. It's just there's so many options, number one, and I don't want to do virtual, but it seems like that's probably the way to do it. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Nobody cares what you're talking about, Jeff. This is stupid. Talk about Mexico City. Don't talk about your dumb language lessons. Well, I'll talk about the fact that it's 11:30 and I have to go to bed because I have to get up early because I've got a cleaning person coming tomorrow. And I thought when I've gotten cleaning people in the United States, they bring all their own stuff, the vacuum cleaner, all the things. They bring all that crap. But apparently here they do not. They rely on you to have all the stuff, which I suppose is why it's so inexpensive. But I don't have all that stuff. I don't have a mop, I don't think. I don't have a broom or anything. There's some spray bottles under the sink that are just unlabeled, so I don't know what that is. Who knows? Maybe you can tell by the color. I don't know. But when I found out that I needed to have all this stuff, I kind of panicked this afternoon. And I was like, well, what do I do? So I messaged Patricia. I was messaging the cleaning lady. I'm like, do I need to have this stuff? How do I get this stuff? I'm having trouble getting rid of my garbage at this point. So trying to get all this stuff is a lot. It's a lift because I still haven't gotten rid of the garbage. I'm hoping that the cleaning people will get rid of the garbage. Some magic of some sort. They'll just be like, boom, it'll be gone. That would be amazing to me. I had to buy new garbage bags because one of the garbage bags that's been in the hallway for about a week and a half now, I picked it up and it had been leaking. So there's a leak on the floor. So that's got to be cleaned up by the cleaning people tomorrow, of course. Am I right? At least I got something to do.
But again, I have no mop, so how are they going to do that? On their hands and knees? No, they're not going to. Anyway, it was leaking, so I thought, well, I have to get new bags. But I had bought garbage bags already. But I had bought the wrong size. Small garbage bag black in Mexico City is much smaller than small in United States. So I got large, and the large garbage bags are about the size of the mediums. I guess this is a thing, like a large drink in Mexico City is like a small in America. And that's why everybody in America is so obese, because portion sizes are so large. I don't know. Anyway, here I am in Mexico City. I've been here for 15 or 16 days, and I'm doing well, all things considered. I'm doing better than I thought I would be doing at this point. So that's good. And that's the end of this dispatch. I ran the name by AI, and AI said the dispatch was a bad word for the name. And I was like, fuck you, AI. Fuck you, Claude. Claude was like, your name is too boring. I don't know what the word was it used, but basically it was like boring. And then it was like, call it Mexico City Notes. And I'm like, you think that's not boring? That's the lamest name I've ever heard in my life. So that was a good time. Why do I get so angry at artificial intelligence? I'm not the only one. You know who you are. You've all gotten pissed off at it and gotten in a dumb argument with a computer. You're lying. You have. I try to catch my AI in lies. And I'm like, what am I doing with my life? What am I doing this for? There's no winner here at all. There's only a big, big, big fat loser, and that loser is me. That loser is Jeff Taylor living in Roma, sir, here in Mexico City. He's in Mexico City, and he's inside his apartment arguing with an artificial intelligence. What are you doing, Jeff? What on earth are you doing? It's an adjustment period. It's adjustment. And before I go, I really want to tell you, I'll put a picture in the Patreon of this. The ceiling light fixtures in the bedrooms of my apartment are so bizarre. They're very out of place. There was a joke I had years ago with a friend of mine about having like a person who was totally into like nautical theme, like had a whole house that was nautical theme with like, fucking anchors and big old steering wheels and whatever else and rope. Anyway, these ceiling lights in this apartment are a nautical theme for sure. It's rope. It's like, big thick rope bulbs. But nothing else in the entire apartment is nautical adjacent even. And that's all. That's all I'm going to say this week. What an ending, though. Talking about the old light fixtures. Good stuff. Good stuff, Jeff. This episode's called Light Fixtures. And if there's a light fixture company that would like me to sponsor, I'd be happy to help you. Especially if your name is Light Fixtures. If there's a company out there called Light Fixtures that actually sells light fixtures, absolutely reach out. My phone number is in the show notes. There's also an email, onefjefpod@gmail.com. Light fixtures, I'm a big fan. I gotta go see if lightfixtures.com is taken. I'll see you next week.